What's up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my NASCAR breakdown and strategy video for the FireKeepers Casino 400. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another NASCAR breakdown and strategy video. This time we are breaking down Michigan. We have a 2-mile track on a Saturday, so really looking forward to that. It's going to be pretty cool. We have a race on Saturday, race on Sunday, so going to be getting my other video out Sunday morning as early as possible there. But getting to this race, 156 laps, so dominator points aren't all that important. You're still going to want a couple dominators. Most of my lineups are probably going to have 2 dominators. You can get away with going with 3. You can get away with going with 1, but I do think 2 is going to be in most of my lineups. And as for how construction goes this week, I think you're going to be able to play a couple of these guys up top. I have a lot marked here, a lot of guys I'm interested in, and I do think you're able to get maybe 2 or 3 of them in a lineup because down low, we'll get to it later in the video, but there's a lot of value down low, so I think we'll have no problem going up, stacking, Harvick and stacking Hamlin, Logano, Bell, getting all of them in a lineup. So I do like the lineup construction this week, just looking at it. So before we get into it, if you guys are new here, green is in, core is in green, GPP is in yellow, fade is red, and punt is orange. And then, so we'll start with the first driver here. Before we get into it, if you guys can like the video, subscribe, would really appreciate that a ton. But yeah, first driver here, Kevin Harvick. So 11,000. The thing is, if he does not lead laps, he's not going to be on the optimal lineup. And, starting third, there's not going to be much place differential. And we're really banking on him to get up front. And he can do that. I mean, he's led 194 laps in his last 6 races, which is the second best on the slate. Average finish is 6.33, 2 wins. So he's very good here. So, maybe he gets a win. I can definitely see that happening. So Kevin Harvick's somebody I'm really interested in this week. But again, if he does not lead laps, he's going to bust. So not something I'm going to go too high owned on, but it's something I'm really liking this week in Kevin Harvick. Martin Truex Jr. starting at 12th. Average finish is 7.83. He has led 187 laps here in his past 6 races. So he's never won here in 28 races, which I guess is a little bit concerning there, but he has led 275 laps. So this isn't his best track, but, starting 12th, you're going to get place differential. Maybe he's able to get up front, dominate some laps. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Not my favorite play in the world, but just somebody else to look at. Ryan Blaney, he's in play. I don't really like him this week too much. I mean, he's been struggling quite a bit looking at his current form in the last 6 races. Average finish is 17.83, 2 top 10s there, driver rating of 96.7. He has led 209 laps though, so maybe he gets up front, leads some laps. But Ryan Blaney is probably the driver I'm least interested in this range here. But still, he's in play. We'll have some, just not as much as the other guys. So Denny Hamlin starting second. He has led 40 laps here in the last 6 races. He has led 198 laps in his last 28 races here in his career. Hamlin, average finish of 8.83, 2 top 5s, driver rating of 97.2, starting second. So if he can get the lead from Joey Logano early or maybe after the competition caution, lead some laps, maybe he does. And it wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, Hamlin has been very, very good this year. Take a look at his current form here in the last 6 races. Hamlin has 2 wins. 228 laps led, 111 driver rating. So Hamlin's been very good the past couple of races here. He's been pretty good all year even. So starting second, maybe he does get, jump out in front of Joey and, take the lead early. So Hamlin's somebody I'm really looking at this week as a nice GPP play. Brad Keselowski, starting 5th. So average finish of 11 in his last 6 races. Best finish being second, worst finish being 19th. 179 laps led in those 6 races. Looking at the career history there, surprisingly, Brad doesn't have a win here, and that's very surprising since it is his home track. He has led 252 laps. So Brad Keselowski, let's take a look at his current form here. So Brad, average finish of 6 in his last 6 races there. He does have 276 laps led, which is the best on the slate here. So he has been dominating laps. We'll take a look at the track type history as well. Keselowski, 0 wins in 10 races in the last 2 years, 5 top 5s, 227 laps led. I mean, he's a fine play. Starting 5th, if he does get up there and dominate, I would not be surprised whatsoever. The place differential is not really there, but he's somebody who's capable of going up there and dominating laps. So he's somebody we're going to look at this week. So Christopher Bell is a core play of mine because I do think place differential is going to be very important this week because we only have 156 laps to lead here at Michigan. So starting 29th, I can see him, getting a top 15. He does have some top 10 upside as well if he has a clean race. But 9,900, I like that price quite a bit for Bell. I mean, for a couple of weeks there, he's priced up in like the 11,000 range, the 12,000 range, and I'm glad he's not anymore. But we will take a look at the current form here for Christopher Bell. Average finish at 21.67. Would like to get him. Would like to get a top 20 from him. In this 9,900 range, and I do think he's a fine GPP play there. Joey Logano starting first, starting on the pole. 216 laps led at this track in his last 6 races, which is the best on the slate. 572 laps led in his last 22 races in his career, which is the second best on the slate, only behind Jimmy Johnson. So yeah, I mean, Joey Logano looks like a fantastic play, but it's been weird this year. Like when drivers are on the pole, like you expect them to at least dominate some laps, but we saw with Kevin Harvick when he was on the pole, he lost the lead right away. And there's been plenty of instances this year whenever they're on the pole, they just can't seem to dominate laps. So that's kind of concerning there. But honestly, Joey should be able to go out there and dominate all the way up to the competition caution. Hopefully, keep the lead after the competition caution and dominate some of this race. 9,700. Dominate like 50 laps maybe, finish in the top 5. It could be enough to get in the optimal there. I'm not going to go overly high on Joey Logano because I can see like a situation where he does lose the lead after the competition caution, and at that point he's probably going to finish maybe outside the top 5, and at that point he won't be in the optimal lineup. But I mean, you've got to take a look at Joey Logano. He's someone who is for sure capable of dominating laps, so maybe he does, but I'm probably going to be about maybe 30% Joey Logano. I'm not too confident he's going to go out there and dominate a lot of this race. Kyle Busch, not going to touch there. Chase Elliott, 9,300. I don't hate it, but average finish at 9.5 in his last 6 races. 1 lap led in those 6 races. He has led 67 laps in 8 races in his career. I mean, I don't hate the play. Starting 8th, maybe have some place differential. His best finish was 2nd here. I just like guys around him. I like the guys above him a lot more. I'm going to be targeting the guys like the Hamlins, the Keselowskis, the Bells, the Loganos, the Truexes, the Harvicks. Don't really like the Kyle Busch or Elliott. Again, Almirola is he's a little too expensive for me, 9,100. I mean, they're pricing him where he should be priced. Like, he's been fantastic. Maybe he does get a top 5, but if you're not leading laps starting 4th and you finish 5th, you're not going to be on the optimal lineup there. So not interested in Almirola. Probably going to be closer to a fade. He's going to have to get out and lead laps, and I really don't see that happening. Although he has been fantastic this year. Eric Jones, a core play of mine, and that's because he has some nice place differential here. Starting 23rd, 8,800. Could be a little bit cheaper, but average finish of 15.5 in his last 6 races. His best finish being 3rd. I do think there's some upside there with Eric Jones, a place differential. Johnson's a fine play. Average finish of 21 in his last 6 races, but Johnson has not had the best luck in the past couple of races. Take a look at his current form here. It seems like he always has trouble in like pretty much almost every race this year. Average finish of 20.8 in his last 5 races for Jimmy Johnson, so hasn't had the best luck there. Matt Benedetto, can't really look at his track history. He's not new equipment. Starting 15th, I think he'll be low owned. I'll give him that. Maybe he squeaks at a top 10 and not be surprised at all. And it seems like every week he's running in the top 10 at some point in the race. So, MBD is somebody I'm looking at. William Byron, starting 19th. He got place differential there, 8,200. I like the price. Average finish of 18.75 for William Byron in his last 4 races. Best finish being 8th. So, the upside's there for sure for William Byron. I like that play quite a bit. Kurt Busch, starting 10th. 8,000. I like the price there for Kurt Busch. He's good here. Average finish of 9.5 in his last 6 races. He has 2 top 5s in his last 6 races. Best finish being 2nd there. Looking at his career history there, Kurt Busch. He has 3 wins at this track. Yeah, I like Kurt Busch quite a bit. He's very, very cheap. Starting 10th. I think he can get a top 10. Top 5 upsides there as well. So I like Kurt Busch at that price. Matt Kenseth, not really going to touch there. There's some place differential, but I can't trust Matt Kenseth at this point. I think he's had maybe 1 good race since he's been, racing this year. Alex Bowman starting 6th. The price is very intriguing, 7,700. Maybe he squeaks out a top 10, top 5. So I'll have a little bit of Bowman, but I'm not in love with it. So Austin Dillon, I really like this play. He's been fantastic this year. Starting 18th, there's going to be place differential there. I love the price of 7,500. He's not bad here as well. Average finish of 15.6 24.17 in his last 6 races, best finish being 4th. He does have 2 top 10s as well in 6 races, so I mean, there's a lot of upside here for Austin Dillon. He's been pretty great this year. Whenever he's not wrecking, he's doing it fantastic. So I do like Austin Dillon as a core play. Clint Boyer, again, the price is very intriguing for Boyer, starting ninth. He does have a win here in his last 6 races. I'll have some, but man, starting 9th, I wish he was starting back a little bit more. I don't really see the upside there for Boyer. He's not going to lead laps, and I know we don't need him to at this price. We need him to get a top 5, and that is on the table, but I just don't know if that's going to happen. I'll play a little bit, though. Tyler Reddick starting 14th. I think it's a very interesting play here. Take a look at the current form a little bit. Tyler Reddick, average finish of 13 in his last 6 races, does have a top 5, 4 top 10s in his last 6 races. So I think he's very live for a top 10 here. And at 7,200, I like that quite a bit. I think there's a lot of upside in this Reddick play here at 7,200. So I'm going to be, I'm going to have a decent amount of this play. I like it quite a bit. It's a borderline, almost a core play for me. John Hunter Nemechek, 31st. I mean, I think it's a safe play. Would like him to be priced down a little bit more. I can see him running in the top 20. And I'd rather play Reddick, but, Nemechek's a fine play starting 31st. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., average finish of 20 in his last 6 races. He does have a top 10 with his best finish being 8th. Looking at his career here, he doesn't have any top 5s. He has 1 top 10 in 14 races. I mean, he's starting 32nd. There's place differential there. He's pretty cheap, 6,900. I will have some for that reason. If he finishes 20th, not going to be optimal, but if he does get like a top 15, then we could be talking optimal there. And he is capable of it. It's really hard to trust a guy like Stenhouse. So that could lower his ownership. So that does interest me a little bit. But just be cautious when playing Stenhouse. It seems like, most of the season he's had some bad luck there. Stenhouse average finish of 28.67 in his last 6 races for Stenhouse with 2 top 20s. So the upside's there. Just be cautious with that play. All right, Cole Custer starting 16th, 6,600. I mean, he's starting 16th. Would not be surprised if he did get a top 10. We'll take a look at the track type history for Custer here. 1 race, finish 18th. Okay, and then we'll take a look at the current form for Custer. Average finish of 12.83. Remember, he got that win there. 2 top 5s for Custer. He's been pretty good. So if he does finish 12th at 6,700, that's fantastic. If he does get a top 10, again, that's fantastic. So, I like that Custer play. I really do. Bubba Wallace, I mean, starting 24th, there's just not much upside there. Average finish of 23.2 in his last 5 races. I do like the 4 up top of Bubba Wallace, but he'll probably be the lowest owned. Just don't really see it this week. Chris Buescher, 6,300. Price is intriguing. Some good history here. Average finish of 19.33 in 6 races for Buescher. He does have a top 10 where he finished 6th. 4 top 20s in 6 races, and he did finish 36th. So, yeah, I mean, he's good here. So, yeah, 6,300. I am really interested in that play. Very cheap. And this is just some of the value I was talking about earlier in the video. Like, we have a lot of value plays. Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, John Hunter Nemechek, Stenhouse, Custer's a fine play. Buescher's a good play. And then we'll get to him a little bit, but he got some nice punts down here as well. Ryan Newman. Starting 13th, it's a little bit close up for me. The price is so intriguing, 6,200. He does have a top 5 here. He does have 2 top 10s here in the last 6 races. So the upside's there, and it'll definitely be low owned because he is starting 13th. But I'll have a little bit, but I do like the guys around him a little bit more. Michael McDowell, he's been pretty good this year, starting 21st. Would like him to be starting back a little bit more. Take a look at McDowell's current form. Average finish of 20.17. So I can see him finishing around probably the 20th range. I just like the guys below him. The guys below him have a lot of upside. We'll start with Daniel Suarez. So 6,000. Yeah, starting 37th, there's going to be a lot of place differential. We can't really look at his track history because he is in that new equipment. 6,000. Yeah, I do like this quite a bit as a pump play. This is probably the safest. Actually, I say Dillon's the safest, but Suarez is very safe here, starting 37th. He's only going to move up. I can see him finishing maybe 28, 29, 27. And if he does get a top 25, then we could be looking at maybe him being on the optimal lineup, and I do think that is in play there. And we'll take a look at his current form. How has Daniel Suarez been doing lately? Average finish of 23.17. If he finishes 23rd, At 6,000, it could be enough to be on the optimal for sure, depending on what some of the other guys doing on here. So yeah, Suarez, I like it quite a bit. Ryan Preece starting 35th. It seemed like there was a big stretch of races where he would not finish them. So in his last 6 races here, Ryan Preece average finish of 32.17 in his last 4 average finish of 32.17 in his last 6 races, and 4 did not finishes there. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good play starting 35th. Average finish of 16 in his last 2 races here at Michigan. So if he finishes 16th, starting 35th, that's going to be optimal. I'll tell you guys right now. And he did finish 7th. So yeah, the upside's there. It's just, is he going to be able to finish the race? I don't know. Hopefully, because I will have a decent amount of him at 5,800. Dillon is so underpriced here, 5,700. That does not make any sense. He was priced up like in the 7,000s a couple weeks ago. But starting 35th, the price is very intriguing. I like it a lot. Average finish of 22.17. His best finish being 11th. Yeah, I mean, the upside is 100% there for Dillon. And, I wouldn't be, mad if you wanted to take 2 of these guys down here in the punt range, the orange, and go up and, build your lineups from there. Grab somebody in that mid-range, Austin Dillon, Kurt Busch, William Byron, and go up and get a couple guys up top. I mean, that's how most of my lineups are going to go this week. And there's so much value down here. Like, Suarez, Preece, Dillon, Busch, like, they're all good plays. And then, Reddick, Nemechek, Stenhouse, Custer, so many good plays this week. So, lineup construction is going to be very fun. And then, of course, up top, we have a bunch of good plays to work with as well. So yeah, that's about all I got for you guys. I'm going to get out of here. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. Would really appreciate that a ton. You can catch me on Patreon. I have a $5 a month. $5 a month package there where we get the racer stats here, everything you see here, the driver info, track history, with the career, last couple of years there, track type history, all that, current form, the targets, rankings, projections, optimizer, lineup percentages, and more. $5 a month, cheapest price out there. Check that out. I'll put the link in the description there. But with that said, good luck, guys, and look for my video on Sunday as well. Going to be getting a video out there hopefully early Sunday morning. And then, yeah, let's win some money. We have 2 races back-to-back, both at Michigan, I believe. So I'm really looking forward to it, and good luck.